I'm telling you, I was so excited about the music and watching Charlotte bust a move. I forgot to turn on my mic. We need a dance cam so we can see what I saw. But anyway, high school football, week 8 of the season. Playoffs were up for grabs. Perfect seasons were on the line, and conference crowns were fought for. We'll start with a big one in the Big 8, our game of the week between Middleton and Sun Prairie, and that's where we find our very own Jordan Reed. And Jordan, there's a lot on the line between these two teams tonight.
That's exactly right. Now, with only 2 weeks left of the regular season, teams are wanting to make a statement, especially with a conference title on the line. Sun Prairie and Middleton both sit atop the Big 8 standings, both undefeated against conference opponents. But in tonight's Cardinal showdown, Middleton football is playing for more than just themselves. They're quick to set the tone. Gabe Piscini airs it out to Cole Tenyas, nothing but the end zone in front of him. Middleton takes an early 7-0 lead on homecoming night, but Sun Prairie, they come back, tie it up. So now that it's knotted at 7, Middleton's defense comes through. They force a fumble, it's recovered. Blake Van Buren takes it in for the lead. Middleton up 14-7 over Sun Prairie, but that lead doesn't last long. Cortez LeGrand picks up some yards, and the Cardinals capitalize later on in the drive. They go back to LeGrand, hits him once again. He caps the drive with a score. Sun Prairie goes on to win 26-21. Undefeated, 1 more to go, and Sun Prairie's head coach couldn't be more proud of his team.
You know, they're doing a great job, and it starts with great players and great kids. Could be more proud of our football team. You know, Spencer Callaway is a great example. He won the scholarship tonight from the Marine game, and he's going to donate that to the foundation for the kids that passed away. So it would mean a lot more to that family than it would to him. So that just brings a tear to my eyes, and it just talks about the type of kids that we have, and that's what it's all about.
Sun Prairie wraps the regular season next Friday, where they're going to take on Verona. Zach, back to you.
Thanks, Jordan. Last week, the Forest bounced back after their first loss of the season in a big way. The Norskies picked up a 34-point road win to move to 6-1 on the year. Tonight, Defoe was back home and looking to send their seniors out on a high note. Watertown in town for senior night, but this was the Norski show. Mason Keys flips it out to Aiden Kellier, and he scoots up the sidelines to make it 7-0 Defoe. Now, Watertown would answer. Tyler Walter takes the pitch, makes the guy miss, and then gets into the end zone, and it's a 1-point ball game. Well, that's the closest the Goslings would get. Case Ryerson gets to the outside and just walks in for 6 more as the Forest gets the win 42-6. The Badger Small Conference crown is down to 2 teams, Fort Atkinson and Mount Horeb-Barneveld, who just so happen to be facing off in Week 8. If the Blackhawks win, the title is theirs, but if the Vikings take tonight's contest, we'll have to wait another week. The last time these 2 teams played was 2016. MHB won that meeting, and they struck first in this one. Tyler Buchner rumbles in to make it 6-0 Mount Horeb-Barneveld. Fort Atkinson, though, would come right back. Carson Baker sets his feet and chucks it deep to a wide-open Logan Keys, and we have a tie ball game. But not for long. Colton Schaller fakes the handoff, fakes out our cameraman, and falls in for the score. And Mount Horeb-Barneveld moves to the top of the Badger Small standings with 1 game to play. Wanakee took care of business against Janesville Craig. Warriors will look to cap off a perfect regular season next Friday against Beaver Dam. And Monroe picked up their 6th straight win. The Cheesemakers topped McFarland 42-7. 5 games into their Rock Valley schedule, Edgewood has 5 wins, and they haven't even been close. In conference play, the Crusaders have outscored their opponents 205-14. Tonight, they had a date with an Evansville squad looking to bounce back after a loss last week. Crusaders, though, had other plans because if you give the ball to Jackson Trudgeon, good things happen. First play from scrimmage, that's what Jesse Norris called, and look at Trudgeon. Trudgeon down to the 8-yard line, and that long run would lead to this. Joe Hartley rolls out and connects with Isaac Thean, and it's already 7-0 Edgewood. Now they get the ball back, and watch this play. Hartlib is looking, still looking, and then he finds Trudgeon, whips it to him. He's wide open, and Trudgeon has reservations for 6. Edgewood goes on to win 41-0. In the SWAL, Darlington has dominated for 5 straight weeks. And when I say dominated, I mean it. Their closest win in conference play was by 20 points. So that's the challenge standing in front of Belleville. A Wildcat win would cause chaos in the standings. Second quarter, Belleville down 6-0, and Trevor Seisey went to work. The senior QB, slicker than snot on a doorknob. The 20-yard run has the Wildcats in business. Now, Seisey would give Belleville the lead on the very next play. Darlington, though, would come right back. Braylon Goebel bowls his way in from a yard out to make it 14-7 Redbirds. Then 10 seconds before halftime, Braden Davis throws a dart to Goebel, and Darlington wins the Swall 32-20. Big one in the Six Rivers, Potosi-Cassville hosting River Ridge in a top 10 tilt. The Timberwolves got off to a very fast start. Opening kickoff of the game, and Ian Adrian thinking house call. Adrian goes untouched to the promised land, and River Ridge actually scored the game's first 12 points. But PC went back down. Ashton Spitzak follows his blockers and runs right into your living room to get the home team on the board. Then in the second quarter, it's more Chieftains. Roman Frederick falling in for another tough tutty. Potosi-Cassville scored 30 straight points to win this one. 30-26 is your final.